Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting this. No, I'm just kidding. We're back here in another episode of our Create World. I'm just sitting on this new bench. I did a little bit of decorating and I have some things to show y'all for this upcoming episode. So I just want to quickly say thank y'all for the support for the last episode. Y'all left me a lot of comments on things that I think will be very helpful for the future and stuff like that. So if you guys have any suggestions ever for videos or anything in the world, your help would be greatly appreciated with that. Feel free to leave a comment, suggestion, anything would help. Anywho, so off camera, I went ahead and decorated and added a few things, as you can see. Firstly, I went and got some animals because I needed a lot of wool for the project that I have planned for today, and I need cows eventually for the episode after, in which I want to make a big barn or meat processing factory for the cows. If we need it for their leather and we need it for their beef. So I went ahead and added up these, the pathway is already here, but I went and connected it all the way up to the mine shaft up here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I know originally we had a different biomes mod for the first episode, and it was a birch forest and it looked really nice and everything, but due to the change of mod packs, no more birch trees. So I think what we'll do is, as we continue to fill up this area as the starting area, which is what I want to do, we will kind of decorate with a kind of deep spruce forest, and it should look pretty good over time. I really like to do all this decorative stuff. I think it makes the builds come together a lot better. We also have a new horse here, and if you look at this guy, we got 1359 speed. So if we just pull him out real quick, this guy is really fast. I got lucky with him. I found him while I was exploring. I was getting some resources, and I definitely need a fast horse to get around here. I know eventually I want to set up a little immersive airship here. We have immersive aircraft, but we need to make mechanical crafters. So I think at some point we will make a little bit bigger of a workshop to move out from down here and into a place where we can craft things together, have a workshop and everything, where we could do all this fun stuff. Because I was testing this stuff in creative, and that would help so much with exploring around the world. If we go back up to the mine shaft here, I went and someone left a comment. I forgot his username, but left us a comment about our sheep friend in here. So we went ahead and added him a little office outside the mine shaft, as he's like a little foreman, so he kind of controls, you know, he's like the head manager and stuff like that. So we got him a little office in here. His name is Sir Woolington. Howdy, sir. How you doing? So it's nothing too crazy. Just kind of decorated a little hut for him. I know it looks like a jail, but I just tried to come up with a little office design, and you know, it's a nice little building. So I also went and I've been mining, as you can see, with the diamond tools. I added another layer. If we could just go down here. So I need to decorate this still, but now we have a second layer that goes into the deep slate. So we're going to be using a lot of deep slate for the project that we're actually going to be working on today. So as you can see, this is our current farm setup for our potatoes and our wheat. Now I know it's this is not really getting us by, especially all the wheat that these animals are holding up. So yeah, so I want to build a windmill today. I know we already have one over there, but I want to build up a bakery / windmill kind of in this area right here. And the idea I kind of had was, I want to make a big old tower, big windmill on the front. I've come up with a design and creative, and I think it would look pretty cool over here. So it's going to come up, and it's going to be it's going to sit on top of a little building that I want to eventually use as a bakery, or at least a little processing area, because I want to use the windmill power, and we can turn wheat into wheat flour and wheat dough. So we do have Farmer's Delight into this, and this is not the exact wheat dough. Maybe it's just dough itself. Yeah, here we go. So we're going to be using a millstone, which crushes it down into wheat flour, and wheat flour we can turn into wheat dough. And from there we have a whole bunch of, or this dough, I'm sorry. And we can turn this into a whole bunch of foods and even be used to make slime balls. But we'll need to make a lime dye farm, which is I think a kelp farm. And it means essentially one wheat gives us one dough, gives us one bread. So I kind of want to use this as a little bakery to turn into bread right now. And we're going to use that as our main source of food. And then once we get the other farms, like this stuff, we'll get egg farms, we'll get sheep, and a whole bunch of other plants from Farmer's Delight. And we'll make a little restaurant building where we can craft up any food we want, and we'll get some delicious, good meals like that. So I am going to just get the resources collected up here, and we are going to get started on the build as soon as possible. Okay, so the basic idea is I want a solid foundation for the windmill, and that's where we're going to be basically putting in all of our machine stuff to turn the wheat into dough. Now, what I want to do is I want to have the windmill come out here, and then kind of like how you normally see in Minecraft, how people make a massive wheat field around the windmill. So I want to do that. However, we're not going to be actually farming the wheat out here. I'm going to create just a tiny wheat field underneath, and that will funnel the, it's going to have the shaft coming down, and that is what's going to farm this. And that is what is going to power the mechanical harvester, I believe, is what we're going to use. Somewhere around here. Yeah, mechanical harvester. And we're going to use that to make an automatic wheat field. And then we will pipe it up or use conveyor belts, and have it make the whole process. So for the build, I kind of want to start off with a solid base. So let's kind of... This is a good way to create a foundation. That way, let's say if I wanted to go right into it, that way we're not just placing blocks and having to place them immediately. So I'll kind of guide you guys through how my process is when I'm building. So I kind of want to start with a big base here. That's good here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll come down like this. I kind of want to have a wall, and then it's going to come... You know what? This might be a bit too wide. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here's our little foundation. And now what we do from here is I have a design that I designed in creative, but I'm kind of changing it up a bit because I kind of rushed that design. So, but all we're changing really is the base here, and the tower will stay the same. So I kind of want to do dark oak, about 4 blocks tall. That should be good. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good height. Okay, so now I want to take these ash bricks, and I kind of want to put them into vertical slabs. And I want to use this as the base layer. Oh, guess it has to be super precise. So I want to use this as the base layer, and I think we'll come in with... Also, we will also switch these into slabs from the copycat blocks. But have this as a base layer, and I think that looks pretty nice like that. So I would have to say my biggest tip for building, because I did get a couple comments on people who said they liked the house and they liked the design for the mine shaft. So I will say my biggest advice for building is just don't get so set in one specific idea. I think that's the best way to go about it, because you might be building and you have a certain idea, but then you kind of change a little bit of, let's say you change a wall or something, and it completely changes how the build for the better. So that would be my biggest piece of advice, because you don't want to get set an idea and, there could be something better for the build to make it look better. I think that looks pretty cool like that. That is a very nice color. So let's go ahead and change these into slabs here. Let's do that. And we will now go ahead and luckily we have this stuff, so we can just go do that. Now I don't know if I want to come up that high. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. There we go. That is looking pretty neat. So I think what we'll do is take out pieces where we are going to use windows. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to use a texture of stone tiles like this and stone bricks. I think that makes a very nice contrast together. And for building, I think this is also what helps makes a lot of builds stand out. Simply just putting some variation in the blocks will help make your build seem 10 times better without even doing much. So look at that. That looks pretty good. I like the brown accent at the bottom. Oh yeah, this is pretty nice. Okay, so I originally wanted to use these dark oak window panes, but when I tried to connect them over there, a bit of thunder interrupting me. When I tried connecting them to the half slabs, they weren't connecting. So we're going to have to just use some slabs. And I decided there's the chipped mod that has this chip thing where we can get in a whole bunch of different glass textures. And I think these would look pretty cool for the build. So we can even do barred glass and things like that. But I think we're going to choose, let's see. So I think we're going to turn some of it into this ancient bordered glass. Just because the white, I think, would accent very good with... Oops. I think the white would accent the stone pretty good. And it is thunderstorming. Let's see if we can sleep here. Wow, would you look at that? A nice little rainbow. Okay, so if we just put these copycat slabs back in here. Okay. I think I'd like that. It looks a little bit interesting because the white and the connected textures, unfortunately. However, I think that gives it a pretty nice shape. I think what we could do here is change these to stair blocks, and we can kind of have it stick out to create like a little basin and stuff like that. Okay, so I've been kind of messing with some things here, and I was using these copycat slopes, and I've kind of come up with this little kind of archway design, and I really like it. I think adding these slopes helps a builder out, especially because you kind of get some new shapes that you're not used to compared to vanilla Minecraft, and I think it's turned out pretty good. So now I'm just gonna add in a little roof. I think we're also gonna do a sloped roof off the corner, just because I like the way it's pretty straight, and then we will go ahead and add the tower. Okay, so this is the little roof design I've come up with. I want to do a white border trim with a calcite. I think that looks cool. And then we use some of these palisades right here, decorative blocks. And I think that gives it a nice little shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that all the way around. Okay, so I got the trim outlined, but before we start putting in the rest of the roof, I do want to start building up this foundation here, as this is going to be the foundation in which the windmill lies on. So we want this to come out of a little tower here. So let's go ahead and do that. So I got a little bit carried away and I kind of started the upper portion. However, this is the roof design that I've kind of come up with here. I went and used that chipped mod. They also have a carpenter's workbench where you can get these different types of woods. So I have fine vertical dark oak planks. Yeah, there it is there. And I think that makes that way we don't keep seeing the same dark oak wood pattern, even though that's the wood I'm going to keep using. It adds a different bit of texture for this. And I think this roof has really come out really good. So now we're going to start adding up our little tower here for the windmill. I started with a little base, and I think I'm going to continue it with the gray stone bricks going all the way up, and then we'll add the same roof design up top, just a little tiny one. Inside, this is what we're looking at so far. Things are a bit cramped in here, but I'm hoping once we have this come all the way down, we're going to have it all the way come down here, go all the way down, and underneath in the basement, sort of, we'll maybe make a bunker entrance outside the front that goes down to the basement, and that will funnel up our wheat field. Oh yeah, that's looking really good. I think it really came out pretty good with the colors on it, and I don't think we're gonna add any windows or anything on it just because there's gonna be cog wheels and a bunch of shafts going all the way down, so I'm not too concerned about it. But this is the shape we got so far. All we need to do is add the windmill on, and then we're gonna start decorating the inside and set up the automatic wheat farm in the basement. Then we'll start doing the wheat field here, and that should basically wrap it up for today. So there it is over the ridge line. Man, oh man, it came out super good. Now, in the test world that I was building it in, I did paint the sails black, but I don't think we're going to be doing that here. I think the white looks pretty good. The only thing is you can see it kind of clips into the building there, but I was just one block off, but that's fine. I think it still looks really good. Let's just go into free cam here. This looks like a very nice windmill, I'm not gonna lie. And it's running a lot faster than our mineshaft windmill. So now that we got that stuff running, we need to gather up a few things here to make us for the farm down there. So I know we're gonna need a few harvesters. Let's go ahead and type that in. Pretty easy to make, so let's go ahead and grab our iron sheets here. We'll just have this pounding away over here. We then need some andesite alloys, which we got plenty of, and andesite casing. So I think we're just going to get about 4 of these. This should do us plenty. Okay, there we go. We got the mechanical harvesters. Now I know we're going to need a few chests for this as well. I also went ahead and I'm taking these planks and turning them into the cross-laced ones. I think we're going to use this as the main floor in there. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a few chests. I don't want this to fill up too quickly. Okay, so I'm underneath the little bakery, and we are going to try and get ourselves a little wheat farm here. So we'll probably need more space, but the way I want to do this is we're going to put this here. I'm going to put a mechanical bearing up like that. So if I'm correct, if we just have a source of water coming in like this, there we go, and that should be able to, there we go. So that will be our spinner. Okay, so carved out the room. This is about the ideal size we're going to want this thing. So let's go ahead and make our little machine here. So it's going to be simple, just like that. I'm going to put a chest, I believe, here. We'll do a double chest just for now. We are going to put a storage portable, other way. Portable storage interface this way. And by all means, this is not a crazy design for the wheat farm. So just a nice little simple design. And I believe we face it this way. No, other way. Those should link up pretty well. There we go. All right, so now we want to glue this bad boy together. And of course, I don't have my glue. Okay, so now we're going to want to glue this together. And this, and this. So now when we turn this bad boy on, there we go. Now it goes in a circle, and it should link up with this storage interface. There we go. So let's turn this bad boy off. So we want to grab our harvesters, place 4 like this, and glue these onto here. Look at that, that's looking pretty good. So now when we spin this bad boy, those should go in a circle. And we need to go ahead and hoe all this. Okay, now that we got that, we'll just wait here. Want to fill these in, and we're not going to stop it at all. We're just going to keep letting it go. Now, I don't have enough seeds right now, but we'll go eventually and fill all these in. All right, so now when this comes around, basically the idea is that it will harvest it once it pick it up in here. As it comes around, we'll go into the storage interface, drop off our seeds and wheat. Okay, so I actually just put it downwards, and then we put an inverse box here to get this going this way. So that's very good. We would then want to do an encased fan here. I believe that's the correct direction. We'll then put some blocks here. For the first part, the millstone will take the... Oh, you know what? This is actually a bit too high, so we got to go down by one. Okay, so we put the belt here. We're going to put the funnel here to pull out. Once we get the chute, the wheat will come into here. It will funnel out to here, and then we're going to want to put the encased fan right there. We will use, I think we'll use some copycat blocks. That way we can put some, make it a waterlogged block. Perfect. So now we can go ahead and waterlog this. And we just need to power this bad boy here. Okay, boom. So we'll put 2 cogwheels like that. Now what I want to do is we're going to put a block here. Let's put a chest. Now, so the idea is it'll come out with the wheat flour, and the wheat flour needs to be washed, and then that is where our brass funnel comes in. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Funnel comes in. That will pick up our... I think we need to put a filter on it. If I'm not mistaken, an attribute filter. That way, because we need it to come out, get washed, then get sent over. And then same setup here. We're going to do that. Get an encased fan here. Or I'm sorry, here. We will put a campfire. We can just put... Wondering if this will stop the smoke. There we go. So we'll do that. We'll make a couple tiny more cogs, because that seems to be working right now. There we go. So that will spit out the fire. And that will put our dough here. And I think what we'll do is we'll use a dark oak a drawer. Put a drawer here. And then boom. So for now, I know there's a lot of things we can do with dough eventually, but I think this is the best way to go about it for now. I will have to go grab some filters real quick to put on top of this. But essentially, the chute comes down, the wheat goes through here. It will wait till, once we put that filter on, it will wait till it's washed. Come through here, it will burn the dough, turn it into bread, come through here. And then we will take this drawer and funnel it upwards into maybe another drawer. It took me a while to finally get everything oriented, but I went and started on the interior. I haven't fully furnished it yet, which we are going to do in a bit. I just want to come down here and explain to y'all the system that we got going on in order for us to be able to make this bread. So we have the system back here that we made. I'm just jump through here. I'm gonna burn. So we have it coming down here, and we have a smart chute which I added that comes into the millstone. The funnel takes it out. Let the encased fan wash it. I put a filter on here so it doesn't pick up the dough. The dough routes through here. Sometimes it picks up random blocks. And also, I think when you break down wheat flour when you wash it, it sometimes gives you wheat seeds. That brings out the dough into here, cooks the dough with the other encased fan, brings it through here. Just a simple little hopper. And then I have another chain coming through here to get an encased fan to funnel the bread all the way up to here. And now we have ourselves a automatic wheat farm where I can come in here whenever I want, whenever I need food. And boom. Now, the idea is eventually I want to build a big barn in the next episode to make some beef, make some pork, maybe have a sheep area where we make some mutton and wool and process that stuff. But eventually we'll make it and funnel the meat into here and set up some sort of auto crafting to make some sandwiches, because I know we have Farmer's Delight, so we can make like burgers and, you know, bacon burgers and all these different things here we can craft up. But we'll need to start farming up a lot of these things. I want to go ahead and I'm going to grab some resources to go ahead and start furnishing the inside of our bakery. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into like the cashier's area, machines kind of thing. This is like the front desk where you get the bread. I kind of want to turn this side into, because we have a whole bunch of chairs through the decoration mods in here. So add some wood chairs. You know, I've been recording or here for the last few hours and it has been raining non-stop. But put the seating area over here, and then we kind of just decorate it all nice and stuff. Okay, so I spent some time here. This is recording a day later. I did some decorating, got carried away. I connected a pathway all the way up to the main house and put these lanterns, which I think look pretty nice. So let me bring you in. I got a little storage here on the side as like, it's got the flour sacks and some barrels just to make it look pretty good. I got a sign here that shows our bread, so let's just bring you inside. It's nothing too crazy. I'm not the best at decorating, but got like a little seating area for when you come in and you're waiting to get seated. I added in the mod Macaw's windows and a couple other Macaw's mods, and I think it looks really cool in here with the curtains. Gives it a really cozy look. But this is what I'm pretty proud of. Usually I don't build kitchens, or I'm not really good at interiors, like I said, so I built this little kitchen style. We got ourselves a sink. I think you can get water from it. I'm not sure. But we got some furnaces and got some counters. Luckily, these are all usable, but I don't think we'll use them. Got some bowls. And yeah, so this is going to complete our little windmill. If you guys have any other suggestions about what we can add in here, anything that would look cool in this area, please let me know in the comments below. Last thing I want to do for this video is, as you can see, I've got a bunch of hoes and seeds. We're going to go around here, not super big, but we're just going to kind of go around here and fill up this whole area with wheat. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Well, after a little while of going around the world and getting a whole bunch of seeds, because our farm doesn't have enough, got everything planted up, and hopefully it will all grow by, you know, slowly but surely. I added a little bit of water in some areas, so as you can see, some parts are growing faster than others. But that is going to do it for this episode, everyone. I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. This has been it's been a learning experience for me, for both YouTube and for Create as well. Having a look at a lot of tutorials, how to figure things out. So trust me, we will get better. We got a lot of projects planned. Yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.